And the gazelle is saying, today, I have to outrun the fastest lion. Then there's a lion that wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? I have to outrun the slowest gazelle. So, or I'll starve. So it doesn't matter whether you are the gazelle or the lion. The most important thing you have to do is make sure that when you get up in the morning, that you have purpose and that you run. And I can say that Sandy Pyonin has given me purpose, given me that desire. I met Sandy, I believe, my 8th grade or 7th grade year in Managed Junior High School, I think my 8th grade year. And for those who know him, who really know him, to call him a fanatic doesn't even do it justice. He's just a lover of the game. But he gave me a desire to reach my goal. And everybody has a desire as a young person, an aspiration to being a professional athlete. However, it takes something to get there, and so Sandy also showed me discipline. Because it takes discipline to be able to perfect your skills. What is discipline? Discipline is simply a system. It's a way of doing things. However, you must also have dedication. And that's what Sandy showed me, dedication. Dedication is given 100% and then some. However, we recognize in life, because there are obstacles, there are adversities, that you gotta have determination. And determination is when you allow yourself to overcome that wall that's in front of you. And whether you're gonna go over that wall, whether you're gonna go around that wall, or knock the wall down, the bottom line is you're not gonna allow anything to get in the way of your goals, of your dreams, and of your desires. And I believe that as a result of that, you will then reach your destiny. Now here it is, I have an opportunity, and this is a privilege, to be able to share with you today about what Sandy means to me and to many of you. I can't speak for you, but I can speak for myself. I can also share with you that when I was a junior at Linden High School, that I was having some difficulties academically. I can also share with you that it was Sandy, along with my man Lenny, and Jerry Hobby, and that station wagon. Sandy said, Cal, you know, I love it. I'll take it. I said, Sandy, it's in Virginia. He said, don't worry about it. So we went to make our trip to Oak Hill Academy. Sandy not knowing that Oak Hill Academy was a lot further than he thought. So I had to catch a bus from Petersburg to Oak Hill Academy. But this just shows the love that he has for people. Went to Oak Hill Academy, took a placement test, found out that I had a 4th grade reading level. And it wasn't that I didn't have the aptitude or that I was just dumb. I just didn't go to school. And Sandy used to give me incentives to go to school all the time. And one time I remember he said to me, he said, look, Cal, for every week you go to school, a whole week straight, I'll give you a pair of sneakers. Now, for a young person, that's motivation. And I'm not going to tell you how many pair of sneakers I received, maybe about 4 or 5. But through it all, Sandy never just drilled in NBA. When I think of Sandy, what he was saying was that be the best that you can be. So here it is, my junior year. Here it is. I don't know what I'm going to do, and Mr. and Mrs. Eisner gave me an opportunity at Oak Hill Academy. And for 2 years, I had an opportunity to achieve some success. And who was my biggest fan? Sandy. During this time, my aunt who raised me had a stroke, and she died. Prior to that, my mother died when I was 3 days old. And to this day, at 52, I don't even know my father's last name. Don't have a clue. However, that's dealing with what? Obstacles. You have to be determined that you're going to reach your goals. But it was somebody like this guy who believed in me, really, when I probably didn't believe in myself. And that's what we all need in life. We all need that cheerleader. We all need that person who is able to affirm you and to give you permission to be great. And that's what Sandy did for me, and so many other things that obviously I won't have an opportunity because time will not allow. But I do want to say that in all my years, I've never saw anyone committed to the game, know the game, and I want to say this because I believe since I got the mic, I can say this. There's always people who would try to rain on your parade. There's always people who, when Sandy helped them out, did not appreciate it. There's always people who try to bring you down. But I know in my heart of hearts that for every fiber in this man's being, his desire is that you can just be the best that you can be. And so here it is, I stand before you with a college degree in criminal justice. I stand before you, a man who is married with 3 children, 2 graduated from Virginia Tech and the University of Virginia. She just got a master's 2 years ago. And I have a daughter right now that's a junior. I stand before you, a person who ran a recreation center in Richmond, Virginia, and also an academic program to help these young children pass their SOLs. I stand before you today as a pastor of 1,400 members, and I stand before you today as a person who also loves the game of basketball and recognize that just like basketball, the most important game is the game of life. And Sandy is concerned about you winning in that game as well. And so I leave you with this, because I can talk about Sandy. But I said that because this is long overdue. Nothing against the Jewish, this facility or this organization, but it's long overdue. You know, Sandy doesn't blow his horn, but I think that those who have played for Sandy, and for those that know that Sandy has some type of impact in your life, I think it's up to us to be his biggest cheerleader, and also to confront when somebody says something stupid. I mean, I'm just saying, but I mean, I've heard it before. To be able to stand up and say, you know what, you're wrong. Sandy cares for people. Whatever your problem is, get it right. So I better stop. But I want to say this. Sandy, I believe you embody this saying that I'm going to say. And I know that I am the person I am today. That God puts people in your life certain times and hand the baton and allow you to run to the best of your abilities. And when you get there, then the next person comes and hand you the baton and you run harder. But I want to say you embody this saying, and it is simply this, and this is always to be my anthem in life, and I trust it to be yours as well. Good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good is better and your better is best. That's you, Sandy. And I want to say I'm very blessed by God to know you, and thank you for the opportunity. Shalom.